What's up everyone? Jared Beckstrand here, physical therapist, owner, founder of ToneandTitan.com, and this is going to be 3 tips on how you can make any bodyweight exercise more effective, therefore make your workouts more effective, start to see some better progress. They're coming at you right now. Alright, now the key to any effective exercise program is progression. Basically, as you progress, as you get stronger and more capable of doing different exercises, you want to continue to challenge your body in order to continue to see results. Now, for those of us who might work out in the gym, that's easy. You grab a heavier dumbbell, you put more resistance on the stack, you grab a stiffer band. There's easy ways to kind of progress that and make that more effective if you're working out with equipment. However, what if you just have your body weight that you're working out with? How can you progress those? How can you continue to make those more effective? I'm going to show you 3 ways that you can do that now. Now this is important for those of you who maybe are doing, 3 sets of 30 or 40 reps and have been doing that for quite some time now. Basically, we need to understand that you're not the same person that you were when you first started working out. So when you first start working out, yeah, maybe 3 sets of 10, 3 sets of 20 is enough for you. However, now several weeks into this, you're doing 3 sets of 30, 3 sets of 40, and it just doesn't feel the same. Yeah, I guarantee that week 1 felt a lot different than week 10, 11, 12 does. Most likely that's because we're not doing this progression that's so important in order to continue to see these results, in order to continue to see this improvement in these results. So that's why today I wanted to share with you 3 secrets, 3 of my favorite tips in order to progress those body weight exercises and hopefully introduce some more of that muscle confusion that you need in order to kind of kickstart yourself off of that plateau and start to see those results that you're after. Now, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be demonstrating 2 of my favorite body weight exercises. I'm going to be demonstrating push-ups and squats. However, these principles can apply to any body weight exercise. There's any body weight exercise, you can apply these to and make it more effective and, again, continue to progress and see even better results. And so let's jump into them. Let's show them to you right now. Alright, the first tip to progress your body weight exercises is to vary your speed. Now, what that means is most of us kind of have a self-selected speed that we're going to do these exercises with. Usually it's 1 rep, kind of every 2 to 3 seconds. It's comfortable, it's what we're used to, that's what we've done from the beginning, and that's what we're continuing to do. Now, in order to vary your speed, in order to progress to that next level, what we can do is kind of one of 2 ways. We can take the reps and slow them down, or we can take the reps and speed them up. Now, to slow them down, what we're doing is basically focusing a little bit more on the negative phase of the contraction, more of the eccentric phase, that slow, controlled, lowering phase. Basically, it's our muscles working to support our body while those muscles are lengthening basically against a resistance. That's what we refer to as eccentrics or negatives. It's a great way to work the fibers a little bit differently. We kind of work the slow twitch fibers of our muscles a little bit harder with that. It's a great way to introduce muscle confusion. Now, conversely, on the other side of that, the other thing that we can do with our speed is increase it. And what we're talking about here would be more of plyometrics. And so instead of just a standard squat, we can actually do some squat jumps. Instead of just like a standard push-up, we can actually do a clap push-up or some sort of push-up where our hands are leaving the ground. Those are different ways that we can make those body weight exercises, again, a little bit more plyometric. On the opposite end of the spectrum with these ones, if we're doing the fast, kind of more the ballistic plyometric movements, we're working harder on the faster twitch muscle fibers. Again, just a different way to work our muscles a little bit more effectively, make those body weight exercises a little bit more efficient. The second thing we can do is vary the range of motion that we perform the exercise in. Again, most of us probably have kind of a self-selected range that we've been doing for a long time. We go down so far, we return up so far, and that's kind of the range of motion that we like to work in. How we can vary that is go into deeper ranges of motion, or we can even incorporate what I like to call pause reps. And so that's where you're going to go all the way down, but then halfway up, kind of do a pause, then back all the way down again, and then return back up to full range of motion. We can work the bottom half of the reps, so meaning we can drop all the way down into a squat, return halfway up, then drop all the way down, and then return all the way up. Or we can work the top half of the rep. And so, for example, we go down into a half a squat, we pause there for a little bit, we go up into the full, upright range of motion, the full upright position, and then drop back down into the full squat. Basically, what we're doing here is by only going halfway down, we're causing that break in the motion. And so our muscles it kind of confuses them a little bit because they have to stop, they have to pause, and then they have to go the opposite direction from what they're used to. Again, a great way to include some muscle confusion in your reps, a great way to progress your body weight exercises. The third tip to progress any body weight exercise is going to be varying your base of support. Simply put, what that means is that we're going to take the surface that we're usually used to working out on and we're going to compromise it a little bit. And so a good way to do that is maybe you grab a stool and now all of a sudden you're doing squats from different levels, from different surfaces. You can grab a medicine ball, you can do push-ups from different levels, from different surfaces that way. If you're doing maybe even like a plank exercise, you can do a plank with a march motion. So again, we're just basically doing some things that are going to mix up the surface that we're on. What that does is that stimulates the stabilizing fibers of our muscles. So we have these smaller muscles that are more responsible for stability, that when that base of support is compromised, they have to work harder in order to stabilize throughout that range of motion. So that's another great way that you can take your body weight exercises even further. So there you have them, 3 great tips that you can take any body weight exercise and progress it to the next level. Again, be creative with these. These are principles that you can really apply to any body weight move and hopefully make it more effective. Hopefully it can progress your workouts and hopefully you can continue to see that success that you desire. Hey, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. That goes a long way in the online world, so thank you so much for that in advance. Also, if you haven't done so already, this is a great chance to subscribe to Tone and Tighten, where I try to share a lot of tips and workout advice, things like this, that are going to hopefully help you to fulfill your fitness goals, to take you to the next level. Hope you subscribe to my channel. Also, if you have any questions or comments, if you have anything you'd like to see in the future, any questions that you might have, go ahead and leave that in a comment down below. I'll get to those just as soon as I can. And until next time, we'll see you right back here on Tone and Tighten.